Alright, hello guys, how's it going? In today's video, we're going to be talking about the upcoming pattern as well as a heat wave. We're going to talk more about that because we've already uploaded a video on that. Also, I might touch on some other things as well, all throughout this video. Now, before I get started with this video though, I would ask that you do subscribe if you do like weather-related content, and also make sure to share this video with your friends, family, and social media. I'd also like to invite you to join our very exciting Discord server and Facebook groups down below. Now, for today's comment of the day, I want to know, what have you been doing for fun this summer since most things are closed? Maybe we can all draw some ideas away from the things that you guys are going to comment, but I'll be picking one of those for tomorrow's video, the most creative one I can find. Now, let's get into this video, and we're going to go ahead and get started taking a look at our 500 millibar geopotential heights here on 5-day increments. And basically all this is it's going to show us where the ridges are going to be set up and where the troughs are going to be set up. So it's a very useful tool here. So we're going to start things out right away with the 14th through the 19th, and right away I can see that the ridge right there is going to be for the central and eastern United States. The colors don't mean as much as those lines, so we can see that there is some high pressure set up over Texas, Oklahoma, and that is bringing some warmer than normal conditions for the entirety of the central and eastern United States. The only area where there is some below average temperatures most likely moving in is probably for Montana, North Dakota, maybe some other surrounding regions nearby there. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're just going to move on and we're going to take a look at two more 5-day increments, and then we're going to move on and take it day by day on our temperature anomaly. Take a look at just how hot it's going to be for some of these regions during this major heat wave. Alright, now on our next 5-day increment, this is going to be for the 20th through the 25th. You can see it's a lot of the same. We still have that ridge out there for the four corner states, the central United States and the eastern United States. So I think we're going to have some really warmer than normal conditions here for a lot of the central and eastern United States still. But as we move towards the 25th through the 30th, it becomes pretty interesting. We see an area of high pressure that moves further west, and we see kind of a trough for the east, and this is very far out, so I'm not too confident in this, but if this was to be the case, we would start to see some colder than normal conditions move in for the eastern United States, or at least some more neutral temperatures that would bring a nice relief from the heat into the eastern United States. That would be quite nice if this was to occur. Now let's take it day by day, and we're taking a look at, well, today, and this is going to be Tuesday, July 14th from the time I'm making this video, and it's going to be pretty, I guess, moderate for a lot of regions. We do see some warmer than normal conditions down there for the deep south, but the further north you go, the further below normal it goes, and it's going to be quite a nice day compared to how it has been. It's going to be a little less hot than some previous days that we've had beforehand. Now what we're just going to do is we're going to move on towards Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're just going to keep taking it day by day and taking a look. We're going to see this heat wave begin to build in. Alright, now here we are taking a look at Wednesday, July 15th, and as you can see, we do start to get some of those reds there for a lot of the Ohio Valley and the interior northeastern United States. Though you can see near the coast, we do have a little bit of some cooler air. That's going to be very short-lived. We do see for the Great Plains and the upper Midwest, we do have an area of pretty far below average temperatures actually, especially in those purples. That's where we're probably 8 to 12 degrees below average Celsius, which is going to be very noticeable, but that, again, just like the other cool down, is going to be quite short-lived. Let's go ahead and move on to Thursday, July 16th, and as you can see, we still have that little bit of a cool down there for the coast, and also for the Great Lakes in the Ohio Valley, as well as portions of the Great Plains in the upper Midwest. But again, these are going to be quite short-lived. This is kind of a transition day, which means it's going to be a lot closer to normal as everything's trying to situate where it wants to be. Let's go ahead and move it towards Friday, and as you can see, we become a lot more definitive with what the pattern is going to look like, though we still see the little bit of cooler than normal conditions there for the East Coast. This is going to be a nice few days of just a little bit of relief from the heat, though, again, it'll probably still be very hot because your average is about as high as it gets right about now. We're at our peak summer temperatures right about now, maybe in a few weeks, but nevertheless, it is still going to be hot either way, though we do see some very far above normal temperatures building in for the upper Midwest, the Great Lakes, the Ohio Valley, the Great Plains. So these areas have completely flipped around, and it's going to be quite noticeable. It's also going to be quite hot. Let's move it towards Saturday, July 18th, and as you can see, this is when things start to become how we're pretty much predicting them to get. We're seeing the very far above normal temperatures begin to build in for the Great Plains, the upper Midwest, the Great Lakes, the Ohio Valley, the northeastern United States, portions of the Mid-Atlantic, and then also the southeast. And again, we've been predicting this for maybe about a week or maybe a little bit more. And sure enough, it is still looking like it is going to build in with a major heat wave to close out the month of July. But again, there might be some relief for the last few days of July. We're going to talk all about that throughout this video. Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to move on towards Sunday. We're actually going to take a look at the actual temperature in Fahrenheit for you guys as well on that date. And then we're going to take a look at a couple more days, and then we're going to take a look at the 5-day increments, take a look at what NOAA has to say, and then we'll close out the video. And as you can see here, we are taking a look at Sunday, July 19th, and as you can see, there is some far above normal temperatures there for the Great Lakes, the Ohio Valley, the Northeast still, and it's building even warmer than normal. We do see for the upper Midwest some below average temperatures building in, so that'll be nice to have some relief for you guys. It seems like the further west you are, the shorter lived this heat wave is going to be, but if you're closer to the northeastern United States, you're going to be looking at a longer heat wave than the rest. It's going to end from west to east, I guess, better yet, I should say. Here's the actual temperatures for Sunday. I just want to give you guys an idea of just how hot things are going to be. We see temperatures in the hundreds there for Oklahoma and Kansas. Also, pretty much widespread 90s throughout a lot of the southeastern United States and the south central United States. Upper 90s. It's going to be far above normal. Upper 80s is a minimum for a lot of the northeastern United States and north central United States. So yes, this is going to be a heat wave. We're going to have days and days of 90s here, and it's going to be pretty brutal. Here's by Monday, July 20th, as you can see. Again, the northeastern United States is pretty far above normal, as well as the southeast looking at some slightly above normal temperatures. But that cool down up there for the north central United States is kind of starting to build in further. So again, that's going to eventually end our heat wave actually. Let's go ahead and move it towards Tuesday, July 21st. And as you can see, that cool down just expands. And we still see some of those reds there for the northeastern United States, but the Great Lakes and the Ohio Valley, portions of you guys are starting to end with this heat wave. But guys, take a look. I mean, like I said, the eastern United States is going to hold on to this one the longest. It's been maybe, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 days by this point of a heat wave. That's getting towards longer than the average heat wave. It takes about 3 days to be considered a heat wave. So let's move it towards Wednesday. And again, we still have those way above normal temperatures up there for the eastern United States. And then by the time we reach Thursday, what this model is doing by this point is starting to look sloppy. And once it looks sloppy, that's when I like to stop looking at it, because that means the model, it's an ensemble model, so it's multiple members mixing their opinions into one. So if it's getting sloppy, that means they are all over the place by this point, which means the confidence is extremely low. I don't want to give you guys content that has extremely low confidence, so we are going to close that out there. What we're going to do is we're going to move on and take a look at the 5-day increments, and also take a look at NOAA's 6 to 10 day outlook and their 8 to 14 day outlook. All right, now here we are taking a look at the first 5-day increment, and as you can see, for the 14th through the 19th, we do have those cooler than normal conditions there for the eastern United States, especially the further north up the coast you go. But again, that's going to be quite short-lived. If you move further inland, it is above normal, especially near the Great Lakes. Again, we made our winter forecast video yesterday. You can check that out. We talked about how warm the Great Lakes are. Take a look at how warm the air is just around the Great Lakes. That's probably that water influencing the air temperature and making everything around it much, much hotter. It could be a very, very big lake effect snow year, guys. I just want to warn you. We see those little bits of cooler air there for portions of the plains in the upper Midwest. Let's take it to the next 5-day increment, the 20th through the 25th. And this is when we start to see that heat wave build in. On a 5-day increment, that's a pretty long time. So when we see the darker shades, that means that probably almost every single day in this 5-day increment is going to be above average. So you can see for the northeastern United States, the Ohio Valley, and portions of the plains, as well as the Great Lakes, we do see those well above normal temperatures on a 5-day period. That's our heat wave right there, guys. And you can see that that cool down up there for the upper Midwest builds in that we talked about throughout this video. And then as we take a look at the last 5-day increment, the 25th through the 30th, we do see a bit of relief from this. We see lighter yellows for the eastern United States. And really the most above normal temperatures start to move west. Again, this is further into the model run, so probably the confidence is much lower by this point. However, it is a good sign that we will see some relief there to close out the month of July. Now, briefly, let's take a look at what NOAA has to say. This is their 6 to 10 day outlook here, and as you can see, We're taking a look at some very far above normal temperatures up there for the northeastern United States, as well as the Mid-Atlantic, the Great Plains, the Great Lakes, the Ohio Valley, and then we see a little bit of cooler air there for Montana, Wyoming, the Dakotas, Idaho. And by the way, this is for the 19th through the 23rd on this map. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 21st through the 27th. And they see a lot of the same. Their confidence just goes down a little bit. So they're not really seeing that relief that I'm seeing yet, but maybe they will eventually see it. Anyway, for today's comment of the day, I asked you guys basically to leave a bunch of different comments for the winter forecast video. I didn't really ask you guys for anything specific, but for today's comment of the day, I picked Isaiah Ragsdale. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. Can we please have a winter like 2009 to 2010 again? Like, it doesn't snow like it used to for the Mid-Atlantic, and honestly, I would love that for you guys. I know you guys have had not the best 2 winters for snow lovers, so I have my fingers crossed for you guys. I don't live in the regions that really got a lot of snow in 2009 to 2010, but I know you guys would love to have it, so my fingers are crossed for you. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Again, be sure to share it with your friends, family, and social media. I will see you guys in the next video.